Hello everyone, what's up? My name is Chip, this is Grimy and Gamey, and today you're in for a special treat. We're gonna be going on an epic hike. I am currently dog sitting, and I saw a mountain that we must climb, okay? That mountain is right there, okay? Do you see it in all of its glory in the distance? We are gonna be hiking to the top of that. But along the way, we are going to be talking about Magic the Gathering, why it is such an amazing game, and ripping packs along the way. So each mile, I'm going to stop, open a pack, and we're gonna chat. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. And we've made it to the trailhead. There is our end goal, right in the distance over there. And we're gonna get there one step, one pack, and one fact at a time. Let's go. And as we start our hike, I would like to introduce myself as a pretty new amateur Magic the Gathering player. I have been playing now for about 3 years. I learned Magic probably the hardest way possible, through Commander. I bought a couple of pre-cons, and Age and I sat down for hours and hours. I asked questions, we played games, and in the end, I fell in love with the game. And I think you will too. Whew! We're starting our first climb. We have 1,400 feet of elevation game today, y'all. So, woo! Most of the trail is gonna look like this today, which I am totally okay with. We are officially 2 miles in. I know I said every mile, but that first beginning part was just getting to the trailhead, so added on about a mile to our adventure here, but we need to pull some cards. So here is a pack, and Magic the Gathering was the first TCG ever invented, which is a trading card game. And there are much more educated people who would very eloquently tell you the history of Magic the Gathering. So I'll link a couple of great videos down below for a history lesson into Magic the Gathering. What I'm trying to tell you about is why you should play. All right, let's crack into it. Ow! So this booster pack was from a series called Lorwyn Eclipse. Now, about every month or so, a new set series is dropped by Wizards of the Coast. This one was a pretty recent one, and it is one that I love a lot because it has some really cute art and some really powerful cards. Here is a token. We have Blightrot, Impolite Entrance, Wretched Wetch. Oh, no way! A beautiful card! Tristan's Command. And I know you're probably looking at these cards thinking, what the heck does any of this mean? I know that's what I thought when I initially saw it, but trust me, it's a lot simpler than you think, okay? Kind of. I won't lie. It's a lot of grammar, very beautiful art, and a lot of strategy. So that was our first pack, a few fun facts, and let's get on the trail. We got some hiking to do. Oh God. Ooh. All right, our first big hill. This is a lot harder than you'd think. Chatting and walking. Goddamn. It's always gonna be an uphill battle. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. But we've gotten pretty high up. Oh, look at that. Our goal. Closer than we think. So we made it to the top of the hill with our goal in the background right there, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the colors of this game. As you saw when we pulled from the pack, there are different colors, 5 colors in total: green, black, red, blue, colorless. And each color has a different personality, play style, play how you like to play, okay? Oh my God, I'm so out of breath. I encourage you to look into each color and decide how you like to play. Me, I'm a go Gary girl. Green and black, all right? Ever since the Lorwyn Eclipse set dropped, I've been loving it. I have a Hepatra commander who's just been ripping it up on Arena. We'll talk about Arena here in a minute. But if none of those words made sense to you, that's A-okay. I encourage you to look at each color, see how they play, and kind of go from there. Lizard. Besides all of the technical stuff with Magic, I love the social part of it. I have met so many amazing people There's a bad rap around Magic players saying we're stinky and we're nerdy and we're geeky. Well, hold your nose and open your mind, because there's so many amazing people in the community. And at the end of the day, if you can't handle a little grime, then why are you trying to game? Oh my God, look what it is. It's the tower. We did it! Woo! Holy moly. It's a crazy view. There's the view. Holy shit. We're at 3 miles. Woo! We literally have vultures circling above us. All right, we have made it to the top. You know what that means. Another pack and another round of fun facts. There's also no shade out here, so, you know, there's that. Now, if the ability to tailor your personality to a custom deck with collectible cards doesn't sway you enough, then maybe the art will. Because that's another thing I love about Magic, is the freaking art on these cards. It is beautiful. I'm 99% sure none of it is done by AI, all artists, and you can find the artist name at the bottom of your cards. And you can also find a lot of other information on your card, and that's what we're gonna get into right now. So let's go ahead and rip it. Ow! Dawnhand Neologist. Look at how beautiful this card is. Like, come on. You can't tell me that this isn't gorgeous. River Guard's Reflexes. Ooh, Disruptor of Currents. So let's look at one of these beautiful cards right here. I'm sitting on rocks, guys. My butt hurts. Ouch. Okay, so this is Mornsong Aria. Again, all of these cards are collectible, and that means they do have a value. And you can determine the value of the cards by using different apps and or websites. I like to use an app, not sponsored, but it's called Monobox. And that's where I keep a catalog of all of my cards. But it's not about the money, okay? It's about the card itself. So here's a little tour of a Magic card.
Hello, voiceover Chipzy here. Now, I would like you to think of your deck as a living puzzle, and every card as a piece designed to change the board state. If you look at a card, you're not just seeing a game piece, you're looking at a carefully engineered set of instructions. At the top, you have the name and the mana cost, the resource price you pay to bring it into play. The type line tells you its role. Lands provide your mana, creatures are your frontline attackers or defenders, artifacts and enchantments provide persistent tools or buffs, and sorceries and instants are your magical effects. The heart of the card is the text box, where precise grammar is everything. Every word from target to may to each dictates exactly how a card functions, because in Magic, timing and syntax are the difference between a win and a whiff. Below that, you have the flavor text, which grounds the card in the game's deep lore. And for the collectors, you might even find some foil versions of your favorite cards. But the real magic happens in the interaction. When you cast a spell or activate an ability, it doesn't just happen instantly. It goes into something we call the stack. It's a last in, first out system where you and your opponent can respond to each other's moves in real time. You might cast a creature, and your opponent responds with an instant to destroy it, prompting you to play your own counterspell to protect your board. It turns every turn into a high-stakes conversation. The beauty of this game is that there's no right way to play. The rules are there to provide the structure, but the cards are designed to challenge those very rules. Whether you're building for speed, control, or total unpredictable chaos, the game is infinitely customizable. You aren't just playing a card game, you're learning a language of logic and creativity, solving puzzles against an opponent who is trying to do the exact same thing to you.
So, how are you feeling? You might be feeling a little overwhelmed. You're doing great, okay? This place kind of gives me the creeps. Let's check it out. Dang, look at all these warnings right here. I think this might be the craziest warning, though. It says, let's see if you can read it. Rodent habitat area. Ay. I don't even know what that means. So it's got some barbed wire, and look how just like ominous this thing looks. It's crazy. Yo, if you would have told me 5 years ago that on a random, what is this, Friday afternoon, I'd be standing next to the cell phone tower in San Elijo Hills, I'd been like, you're probably right. While talking about Magic the Gathering, probably not. That one would have been a crazy pull for me. Look at this magical park that we just stumbled across at just about 5 miles. Just about. Close enough, guys, close enough. How could we not stop here? Another pack here and a couple of the fun facts. Let's rip it and flip it. Ooh, cute little token elf. Again, who says magic isn't hot, okay? Let's see what we have here. All right, hey, at least this time I can hold it here and look. We have Dream Caesar, Silver Gill Peddler, Sun Dappled Celebrant, Great Forest Druid. I love this card in my Golgari deck, in my Hepatra Commander deck. Flame Chain Mauler. I can't even pronounce this, okay? We're just gonna call this Graspling. Gangly Stompling. Sizzling Changeling. So cute. Eclipsed Marrow. Eclipsed Elf. Ooh, Dawn Bless Pendant. That looks like a pretty cool artifact. We'll have to see what it does. Oh my gosh, High Perfect Merchant. That's cool. Again, who says that magic isn't hot? Look at that card right there. Look at the art on that card. And then for our foil, we have Keep Out and a beautiful basic foil land. Now, as we went through that pack, you probably saw all of the different card types, and you probably could recognize them in all the different colors. Look at you. You're already learning. Amazing. Great. Now let's talk a little bit about the setup of the board.
Okay, my grimy gamers and my magic purists, we're just gonna be okay with the cards raw dogging the ground right here. The wind was really bad, so you get to enjoy a voiceover. And you're curious about Magic the Gathering? Well, it's a game of infinite depth, but the foundation is simpler than it looks. Let's get your board set up correctly so you can start playing. The layout of your playmat is actually really simple. Your deck, the library, goes face down on your right. Your graveyard or discard pile sits right next to it or underneath it, and then you will also have an exile pile that will go just off of your playmat. The middle of the mat is your battlefield. This is where your creatures and artifacts live and battle. And unless you mulligan, you're going to start with 7 cards in your hand. To play these cards, you need mana. You get it by playing lands. When you need to cast a spell, you tap or turn your land sideways to pay for it. Now, Magic uses color coordination. Red spells need red mana, blue spells need blue mana, and so on. If it's multicolored, you have to tap the corresponding land color to the color on the card. If there is no color, then you can use any color. It's a simple system that lets you build your deck exactly the way you want to play. The game itself runs on a rhythm. Every turn starts with untap, upkeep, draw. You untap your cards to refresh your energy or mana. Then you handle any upkeep effects during upkeep, and you draw from the top of your library. From there, you move into your main phase. Cast your spells, tap your mana, so on and so forth. Then you move into combat, where you declare your attackers by tapping them. Your opponent now has a choice. They are either going to defend with their creatures or take it on the chin like a champ. Once combat is over, you move into your second main phase, where you can bulk up your defenses or cast any other spells that you would like. Once you're done with that second main phase, you pass your turn. It's like clockwork, I promise. It's intuitive once you learn the motion and when you see it in motion. Truly, the best part of this game is that it's massive and incredibly flexible. There are thousands of cards, and while there are core rules, there are always exceptions. You aren't just playing a game, you're customizing a strategy that's entirely your own. Just make sure you pay attention to the grammar on the card. If you're looking to dive in and want an incredibly biased format suggestion, I say Commander. It's a 100-card multiplayer format centered around a single legendary creature. It's social, it's creative, and it's how most of the community plays today. Don't worry about being perfect. Just grab a deck, find some friends, and get into it. And just remember, untap, upkeep, draw.
All right, time to get back on the trail.
Hi! Hey, what's up? Editor Chipzy here. Didn't realize that my camera even had a slow-mo function, so this portion of the video was filmed in slow motion without any audio. So I'm here to pretty much translate what I said. In the distance, you can see where our goal was, that radio tower. We reached it, which is freaking amazing. And we did that while opening packs and talking about my favorite game in the entire world, which is Magic the Gathering. So I hope that I convinced you to at least check out Arena, or maybe dabble in some paper. And if you don't know where to start with your paper collection or anything like that, I'm gonna leave some links in the description for you to check out to get you started, all right? Beyond that, we opened up our last pack and we scored huge, okay? With the last pack, we pulled a mythic, and not just any mythic, a Chronicles of Victory full art card. It's not always about pulling those chase cards. What it is about is the community, the camaraderie, and the sheer amount of customization that you can do with this game. And I really hope that I explained the phases of the turn and kind of how the game is set up just a little bit to get you intrigued. So again, I encourage you to hop online on Magic the Gathering Arena. Again, here's my info. If you ever see me online, go ahead and challenge me. But beyond that, I would like to thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Thank you for listening to me gab about my favorite thing in the entire world. But most importantly, I hope that I inspired you to go outside and touch some grass. So I will see you guys on Arena or at the tables. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Lizard.